The Watcher in the Pig Mask. Jason unlocked his front door and immediately felt something was wrong. The air inside was heavier than usual, thick with a strange tension. His living room was in disarray, cushions tossed, picture frames knocked over, and a lamp on its side, its shade dented. His pets, 6 cats and 3 dogs, were not their usual energetic selves. They huddled in corners, their wide eyes darting toward unseen shadows. Even Max, his usually fearless German shepherd, whimpered slightly as he slunk behind the couch. The cats perched high, tails fluffed, watching the room as if something still lurked there. Jason's stomach twisted. He swallowed hard and moved cautiously, his heart pounding in his ears. Had someone broken in? But nothing seemed stolen, just disturbed, as if someone had been searching for something or simply toying with his space. A feeling gnawed at him as he checked each room, the sensation of being watched. He turned sharply more than once, expecting to catch someone peeking around a corner, but there was nothing. Only the empty silence of his home, thick with unease. Upstairs, his bedroom seemed untouched-ish. His closet door stood ajar, though he couldn't remember leaving it that way. He pulled it open quickly. Empty, of course. He let out a shaky breath and told himself he was being paranoid. Back downstairs, he double-checked the locks on his doors and windows. Everything was secure. Maybe the pets had just knocked things over, and he was letting his imagination run wild. Still, the way they acted, their tails tucked, their ears pinned back, told him otherwise. As the night wore on, the feeling never left. He turned on every light in the house, hoping to shake the eerie sensation. Even so, every shadow seemed to shift just out of his sight. By midnight, exhaustion took over. He collapsed onto his bed, leaving his bedroom door open in case his pets wanted to come in. Jason woke with a start. Something rustled downstairs. Then another sound. Soft shuffling, claws clicking against hardwood. He sat up, listening. His dogs, the cats, they were moving, all of them. He crept to the window and peered outside. In the moonlight he saw them, his pets, padding silently across the yard toward the woods. They moved in unison, almost unnaturally, as if under a spell. Jason hurried after them, barefoot on the cold grass. "Max! Bella! What are you doing?" His voice was barely above a whisper, afraid of disturbing whatever strange energy had taken hold of the night. They didn't stop, didn't even turn their heads. Halfway across the yard he hesitated and looked back at the house. His breath caught in his throat. Through the living room window, standing perfectly still, was a figure. A person, wearing a pig mask. Jason's stomach twisted violently. The figure's head tilted slightly as if acknowledging him. A slow, deliberate movement. Then it stepped back into the darkness, disappearing from view. Jason's legs locked up. His instincts screamed for him to run, but his feet stayed rooted in place. He forced himself to move, backing toward the house while keeping his eyes on the window. But nothing else stirred inside. He ran inside and grabbed his phone, hands shaking as he dialed. The police arrived within minutes, sweeping the house with flashlights and hushed voices. Every room was checked, every closet, every possible hiding place. Nothing. No sign of forced entry. No evidence that anyone had been there at all. One of the officers, a tall man with tired eyes, jotted notes on his pad. "You said you saw someone inside." Jason nodded, still breathless. "A pig mask, standing right in my living room, I swear it!" The officer exchanged a glance with his partner. "We'll keep a patrol car in the area tonight. If you see anything else, call us immediately." That was it. No answers. No footprints. No clues. Jason locked every door and window again, but sleep never came. Then just before dawn, the sirens came. Red and blue lights flashed through his blinds. Jason threw on a jacket and hurried outside. A cluster of officers gathered near his neighbor's house, their radios crackling. His neighbor, Mr. Hale, had always been a quiet man, rarely seen except to tend to his garden. Now, his house was a crime scene. Jason's stomach twisted as he approached, but an officer held up a hand. "Sir, you need to stay back." "What happened?" Jason asked, his throat dry. The officer's expression was grim. "We can't disclose details yet, but we did find something." Jason's pulse pounded as the officer pointed to a small evidence bag. Inside it was a pig mask, the same one he had seen in his window. Jason's mind reeled. Someone had been in his house, watching him. And then they had gone next door. He stared at the mask, cold realization washing over him. Whatever had been in his home, it hadn't been after him. Not yet. If you enjoyed this chilling tale and want more spine-tingling bedtime stories, be sure to follow. There's always another shadow lurking, another mystery waiting to be uncovered. Don't miss out. Stay with me for more terrifying twists and unsettling thrills. Sleep tight, if you can.